Welcome to A Boat by the River. We are Matt and Iefke, and we are building a wooden boat in Tasmania. In this episode, I'm still away at work to try and earn us some money. Luckily, Matt is unstoppable and does all the two-person jobs by himself. Enjoy the episode, and if you want to reach out to us, leave us a comment.
These are the best invention. Close to sliced bread, but not as good as sliced bread. What I'm going to do is I'm going to run around the cabin now with this and knock off the big bits of epoxy and then hit it with a belt sander and orbital probably. Makes a lot of dust. So last night I ran a fillet around the edge of the cabin. That's to help the transition of fiberglass from cabin side to deck. I also put a roll, like an edge over the cabin top as well, so that the fiberglass will essentially roll really nicely over the side, down the side of the cabin and along and onto the deck. I'll show you what I mean. So there's a fillet down the base there of the cabin. It runs up both sides. It's not massive fillet, but I need to keep it quite small because I want to put the deck planking up against it, so I don't want it to be an impedance. It's just a nice little fillet all the way along, and this edge also has been rolled over, and I'll give it a sand a bit more. And then we're getting ready for fiberglass. The next job is taking out this cable and trenching it down, down, down. Easy peasy, I think. So this is the cable I'm going to glue into the cabin side. 4mm twin core tinned copper. Proper marine stuff. And I'm just going to create a little channel and bed it in. I'm going to do that. I'm actually going to use a circ saw and run what you call relief cuts. So just 2 slices, and then when I run the router down, it works as a channel and actually stops the router shooting out away from where you want to go. So by creating a little road basically with the circular saw, the router will just follow along that a lot easier. Just got to set my depth and do it. So what are you doing, Jan?
Crazy idea from my son-in-law, but it might work.
Making light globes.
Bringing light to the world. Now we have a old-fashioned bayonet, and we have a new, brand new LED light. So we take off the old-fashioned tungsten bulb, and we put an LED on it, and we put here, we'll cast it in.
Something? A bit of hose, maybe?
Epoxy.
Epoxy?
Epoxy. And then we'll
Cool.
have beautiful lights.
Nice.
Yep. Because the LEDs are a bit bright that we found until today.
Oh, polarity.
This is too much.
Yeah, they're letting out a bit.
Too white.
Too white.
And
Too
you can swap them around, and it is a bit better.
But then it's not enough.
It's not enough. So, if anyone has a good idea for replacing bulbs to LEDs, leave it in the comments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Classic. Worth a try. Oh. I know you're all probably thinking, why aren't I rolling this out in an easier spot? I'm not sure. I think I'm just a sucker for punishment. The cabin top is wet with epoxy right now, and I want to prepare the fiberglass for tomorrow so that I can just give it a sand and then apply the glass straight away. So I've got plenty of time throughout the day to sort of do a good fiberglassing job, so any prep today helps me tomorrow really. But yeah, just like to make life hard. You know, it's not easy. I should have built a bigger boat with more deck space. I just really don't want to walk on that. Oh. Oh, that's a spread. Yeah, man. That's one sausage. I think watching Matt from the other Matt, from the Duracell project gives me a bit of, enthusiasm with fiberglassing. Because, I mean, he's done so much fiberglassing, it makes us look like we don't have to do any really. I mean, all we got to do is outside stuff now. All his interior layout is built a lot from fiberglass and foam, which is amazing. So much work. But then you might say the same about us, who knows? Well, welcome back. Today is the day. Today I'm going to fiberglass the cabin top. I've done a fair bit of preparation now, including filleting at the bottom corners, rounding the tops off, making sure the cabin is relatively fair before I glass it, and yeah, a lot of sanding. I've also taped a grid with masking tape around the base of the cabin. Fiberglass cloth on the aft end is just wide enough to get around and down. And the idea of the masking tape is I've just got a straight line that I can run my Stanley blade along when it's sort of tacking, and then I've got a clean cut to remove the excess cloth. I've also trenched in the power cable I was talking about earlier. That's in and down now and glued in, so never to see the light of day again probably. And yeah, I'm just going to do the last minute preparation now, and then wipe the cabin down with acetone and start laying epoxy and fiberglass. Yes. Here we go. Mixing up my epoxy, getting ready. We're using an Australian brand epoxy, we always have, called Comset. We source it from a lovely, helpful shop, the Fibreglass shop in Hobart. If you ever have any problems and you're a local Tasmanian, go there because they will just make your life so easy. They're great. They supply all kinds of epoxies and paints, applicators, sanding pads, rollers, everything. Varnish, fiberglass cloth, surfboard blanks, it's all there. And this epoxy we've used the whole build and it's been fantastic. We'll throw a link in the description. You can have a look. What I'm going to do is wet out one half of the cabin, attempt to lay the cloth down, squeegee that out, roll it down, and then move on to the other side. It's warming up a little bit. I wanted to do this before it got too hot in the day. I think it's 9 AM now, but that's okay. I think I was saying before how much I enjoy Duracell project with Matt. I love his fibreglassing style. It's just good, just gets it done. And you can learn quite a bit from him actually. We're not particularly great fiberglassers, but every job we do we get better at it and learn a few more tips and tricks. You know, life is a learning curve. You can never be perfect at something. Cool. Now I'm going to lay the glass on. This fiberglass is an epic overkill, but it's what we had. We used it for the inside, and it's very heavy, but we had exactly the right amount to do the cabin top. So, you know, got to use what you got. I've bitten off more than I can chew.
Beep.
Not long enough. What the?
Beep.
Oh. Damn. How did I? Why? Oh no. 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 None of it fits. Oh.
Beep.
How am I going to fix this? Maybe if I roll it the other way. This is going to be bad, guys. This is not going to be pretty. I warn you all. This is bad news. Oh God. Did something really wrong. I don't know what I did, but... I mean, usually this shit ends alright, but it still sucks. Sucks a lot. It's never going to get neat anymore. I miscalculated something. Really miscalculated something. Sometimes it works out okay, but this is bad. This is like any fiberglass's worst nightmare. I'm definitely not classifying as a fiberglasser after this stuff up. I don't know what I am anymore. Oh, it sucks. I'm a bit upset now. Bit upset with myself. I'm really upset with myself actually. That
Beep.
sucks. Oh, it's just long enough. I'm getting somewhere, but I've got epoxy going off. Oh man.
Beep.
What a disaster. So essentially what happened, I laid the second bit of fiberglass in the wrong spot. I've never been this prepared before actually, before a fiberglassing job. But I still managed to stuff it up. And I just pushed the fiberglass too far into the centre line. And then it didn't roll down the edges on the sides very well, so I had to lift it off again and reset it. I mean, it sucks, yeah, it wasn't very fun. But it's back down. I'm a bit against the clock now because I've started a couple of hours ago and I still need to trim the other fiberglass away where the tape is and do some touching up. Anyway, I think I bit off a bit more than I could chew here today, folks. But I think I'll get there. Just Just going to roll out the last of the epoxy and then give it a trim. I'll keep you updated.